Hello, welcome to Spadger's Hat. My name is Spadger. I've already tried to start this episode and got a bit confused and admitted my love for Shirley Oh, I've done it again. Shirley Bassey. Oh dear. Problem is, right, if you love Shirley Bassey as much as I do, you can't keep it quiet. She is a wonderful songstress. She wears the most beautiful dresses. She is the most beautiful Welsh. She's everything you need in a woman and more, and also less. Never mind. I'm just going to leave that in because, I want the world, deep down, I think I want the world to know about my love for Shirley Bassey. No, the real reason why I had to restart the episode was because I forgot to talk for about 3 minutes. Suddenly just forgot I was talking. I just thought, because I do talk to myself quite a lot anyway. I won't be scared to admit. Dead. That's fine. I'll just go back. I've probably got enough. I do talk to myself quite a lot. So when I find myself in my house playing Minecraft, talking to myself, and Chattington doesn't respond, I imagine it's probably just because I'm on my own. When it then turns out that there's an internet listening, well, not listening in the future, I may well just forget this fact and carry on as if I'm on my own. That's exactly what happened. I'm ashamed to admit. So yeah, we might need to delete the first 7 or 8 minutes of this. All I did really was run around a bit, kill a couple of cows, and build the very start of a sort of house. It's just look. You didn't need to watch me doing that. I think I mentioned was Feed the Beast. I want to play Feed the Beast. I don't really know what mods are in it. I haven't played mods since our last Tech It series. I can't open doors. So this is right click. That's useful. Yay! I thought you had to left click. Things have changed in Minecraft. It's night time. I'm not going to go to sleep because I have a house now. Look how protected it is. Spiders could never get in here by climbing the walls and dropping down through the lack of ceiling. Okay, well, let's go down there, see how things are going. I've been cooking some stones. As you can see, there are quite a few of them there, which is good, which is very, very good, and I will let those cook. It also means I can get rid of this annoying bit here and place it with stone bricks. So as you've noticed today, this isn't... I haven't said anything odd or funny. Yeah, I can't explain it really. I just sort of not... Oh, I've done stone bricks. That's a mistake. No, it's not. I'm going to do that anyway. Bonk. There we go. What is the reason for this, Spudger? Why are you not saying things which make me laugh or go, "Oh, this crazy Englishman"? It's because it's a weird day in London. Looking outside, it's snowing heavily. I've got to go out in that in a second. I've got various errands to run, and there doesn't seem to be an awful lot of humour in the world. Lance Armstrong came up and admitted his doping was a real thing. Which makes me feel not sad. I mean, he deserves it. He's an idiot, but that's sad, and I worry for my favourite cyclists like Wiggo. If Bradley Wiggins ends up being a doping cheat, I'm going to be so upset. I will actually weep into my EPO. So that would be upsetting for me. No, I mean, I'm not. I just think he's a lovely man, and it would be a shame, and it makes me worry that successful people generally end up being found out as drugs cheats. I just don't in cycling. I just don't want Bradley Wiggins to be that. Anyway, on to something hilarious and I don't know. Question of the day comes from Alex Stanrake, and Alex Stanrake asks, business or pleasure? Simple. It's a sort of question you'd be asked if you were hiring a very high-class prostitute. And I'm going to answer that now. It's a business or pleasure. Well, I'm going to take this to the extreme, I think. And I'm going to assume that he's asking this question: what would you prefer to have for the rest of your life? So if you could only take part in business or take part in pleasure for the rest of your life, what would you do? If you could only work or play for the whole rest of your existence. Now that, my friends, is an interesting question, because I have tried the latter. I had a job. I was self-employed, and I had a job where and people always ask what it was. I'm not going to say. I don't even. People probably know. People say in the comments, and I'll probably delete them. I had a job where I could do whatever I wanted for as long as I wanted, as long as I got something done within about 6 months, it was okay. And it didn't pay well, but I didn't seem to worry because I wasn't really doing anything, so I could just sit around, do what I wanted, and not worry about it. And I was like, hey, this is perfect. I'm a man of leisure. I can do what I like. I can play Minecraft all day. I can start a YouTube series. It's going to be great. It's not great. I don't know if if you've been to uni as well, you have the same sort of thing where you don't actually have to do very much at certain times, and so you just find yourself completely at leisure to do what you want, and that is a horrible experience. It really isn't very nice. You just become, well, maybe, oh, is that me or is that you? Maybe slightly depressed, but also really, really lackluster. You just don't leave the house. You eat cereal 4 meals a day. Yeah, 4 meals a day or five. It can be a really, really tough existence. And you're saying, oh yeah, but if you're lucky enough to be able to just live at home and just do nothing at all, then you're pretty much sorted. You're really not. It was a horrible. I will gladly, and I have gladly, taken a pay cut in order to do something that I'm gonna have to work much harder on, get much more stressed, but in the long run, probably be happier. So that's what I'm doing. Hey, serious Badger's hat. This happens occasionally. Don't get used to it. Morning, Spadgerinos. I got cut off there. The door knocked, and it was a secret guest. Welcome to the show, secret guest. Oh, he's gone. Sorry, yeah, there's someone at the door. Yeah, back. Hey, so we were talking about business or pleasure, weren't we? And we were deciding that pleasure would be quite tough. On the flip side, it's obvious that if you worked your entire life, you'd probably die fairly quickly. And having done that, you also wouldn't have had any fun. So, I mean, fun is good. I like fun. Fun is generally more fun. Obviously, more fun. It's more fun than anything because it's fun, but it's more fun than not fun. That's something that you can put on my epitaph. Fun is more fun than not fun. Yeah, there's probably some people who just have a job and do their job. The job requires so much work all their lives that they don't really get a chance to stop. And if you don't get a chance to stop, you can't play Minecraft. And of course, Minecraft is more important than feeding your children. And that's why my children have never eaten. So there we go. I don't have any children. I wish I had some children. Can I have some of yours? I'd like maybe like a son and a daughter. The son will be called Jodfrey. And the daughter would be called Jodfrey Etta. And what they'd do is they'd kind of feed me stuff, and they'd like shine my shoes. I don't really wear shoes that you can shine, but they'd try and shine them anyway. And if they didn't shine the shoes, I'd get really angry with them. And they'd be quite scared of me. And when they saw me coming, they'd sort of shiver and run away. And it'd be brilliant fun. It'd be great, actually. I can't wait. So yeah, Jodfrey and Jodfreyetta, they're going to be around pretty soon. Obviously, what I need first is to find a mother who will, bear my children. That might be an issue mainly because I smell terrible, and I'm mainly a psychopath. So when I meet women for the first time, I just shout, "Marry me, marry me!" And if they don't marry me immediately, then I of course release the hounds. So far, this has meant that I've accrued all of 3 wives, which is good. It's a good start. But they all hate me, and they're all actually dead. They've been eaten by hounds. So, what I'm trying to say is that I've only ever met 3 women. I don't like leaving the house, and when I do leave the house, because I've got so many hounds, it becomes a bit of a sort of a chore, So I try not to. Even if I could leave the house more often than I do, I feel like maybe it's just quite, it's quite a sort of money-intensive thing. I've got to obviously feed and water all the hounds. And there are a number of hounds nowadays. It's getting into the thousands. So when I do, I normally have a police escort, which is okay. They're a special type of escort that only ever work for the police. Then I have to take all my hounds around. They all need their own bus passes. We always take the bus, obviously it's the only way to travel. So they all need to sort of. It's quite hard, if we go for a coffee, I've got to pay for all the hounds as well, and they all want the cappuccino, grande, frappa with all the sort of extra trimmings and bits, and I'm just saying, hounds, just have an americano, just stop demanding. I don't earn enough now for you all to have your cappuccino, but they don't listen to me. They're very selfish hounds. I think you found that, and. If I don't buy them the latest gadgets when we pass the gadget shop, they get quite angry with me. They demand, more dog food when we get home. They start eating women. That might be because I tell them to, but still, it's not nice, is it? So that's a problem. Generally, just the hounds. They're a bane on my existence. And yet, I still release them. I release them all the time. I bring them everywhere I go, which I feel pretty guilty about that now. But they're an important part of my life, and also they are attached. They're attached to my legs. It was a mistake. A couple of years ago, I decided I really wanted to cement my connection with my hounds. So what I had was implants. I had sort of little hooks implanted in my legs, and the leads of my hounds implanted into the hooks, so that I'm see, that's one of them. That's not just me making a really bad impression of a hound. I actually am connected to dogs all the time. Which, yeah, that's hard, and also, they do try to eat me occasionally, which is a problem. So yeah, it's not great, is it? Really, it's not great. Not great. And as they gnaw on my legs when I try to sleep, I sometimes think to myself, these hook implants were a mistake. I look like a bike rack, but with dogs, a dog rack. I look like a dog rack. They're all stacked up. Even if I sedate them and sort of fold them up carefully, it's still, it's quite hard to move around. I now have to train my dogs to make me tea, which has taken years, and they've hardly got better at it. They still put the sugar in before the milk, which is very odd. And some of them just eat the cup, and that I've got through so many cups. And then when I need to go and buy more cups, I've got to take my dogs with me, and that's just a real problem. Have you tried going into IKEA with 1,000 hounds tied to your strange knees? It's a real problem. It's a problem for them as well. They have quite a few people like me now who come to buy cups. They have a huge queue outside. In fact, they've got a separate building in the IKEA in Wembley just for cup buying hound enthusiasts like myself, and they hate it. They wish that they didn't sell cups, and actually I think recently they decided they were going to stop making cups, because it's just, essentially half of the IKEA employees now have a full-time hound enthusiast sort of controlling job, and that's not really what they signed up for. They wanted to work in retail for an interesting and forward-looking Swedish flat pack furniture assembly shop, and that's not what they got. And I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that. I would apologise. I have apologised, again and again, but it doesn't seem to work. And there's nothing I can do about it now. These dogs are implanted into my body. I can't change that. I can't change that. It makes me sad. It makes me really, really sad. And that's the take-home message of today. Really, that if you decide to get dogs implanted into your legs, don't go to IKEA and buy cups. This has been Spadger's Hat with an important information announcement. My name is Spadger. This is my hat. It's not our catchphrase. If you said that to me, I wouldn't recognise it. I don't know. I'm not wearing a hat. I'm wearing some headphones. Try not to say it, please. If you have to say it, just say it quietly, into the sort of warm embrace of a loved one. And then when they ask, "What did you say to?" "Oh, nothing, nothing." That's my recommendation. You don't have to do that, but if you do, I'll give you a small biscuit. Unless my dogs have eaten them all, which is quite possible. Why is there my house is basically just a staircase cover, isn't it? What a waste of space. The answer to the question, Alex Stanlake, is neither. Business or pleasure, I would rather have these dogs away from my legs. Thanks for watching Spadger's Hat. Remember to do what YouTube tells you to do. Bye!